Welcome to this presentation about the fruit, which is a midterm project. And this is made by Group 1 and 2 with these members, and we're going to be talking about fruits. Fruits. So the mango fruit, it has a base, it has a height, it has a ventral and dorsal shoulder, it has a sinus leading to a beak, an apex, and a major diameter. So the mango fruit in the cross section, it has an exocarp, a mesocarp, which is practically a majority of what we eat, the seed at the middle, and an endocarp. So the mango fruit. The mango is a simple fruit, which is a fleshy type of fruit, specifically under drupes or stone fruit. It is an inhescent fruit under nut. All parts of a mango, such as the flesh, skin, and pit, are edible. And lastly, mango has basal presentation.
So these are the parts of the calamansi fruit. First picture is as a whole. It has a pedicle, a flower stalk, and a leathery rind skin. So these are the parts of the calamansi of this cross section. It has a peduncle, the skin, the seed, the mesocarp, the endocarp, and the exocarp. The calamansi fruit, or the calamondin, or by scientific name the Citrofortunella microcarpa, belongs to the citrus family. It is a fruit native in the Philippines, and its tree is low-set, spreading, and well-branched, and the leaves are broad and oval and dark green to pale green in color on the upper and lower surfaces respectively. The fruit is usually small and round, ranging from 3 inches in diameter, and its rind or skin may be thin or thick. Its pulp has a distinctive flavor described as a cross between lime and orange. Its flesh is juicy and acidic, and it has a rich source of vitamin C. The fruit is a multiple type of fruit, since multiple fruits are derived from an inflorescence or a cluster of flowers. The fruit produced from each flower matures into a single mass. It is derived from a fleshy ovary enclosing many seeds, thus having a fleshy pericarp at maturity. The fruit is an indehiscent type of fruit because it encloses its seeds when matured and does not release its seeds like the dehiscent fruits. The entire fruit, including exocarp, the mesocarp, and endocarp, minus the stems and seeds, can be used or edible. The peelings of its skin can be dehydrated and used as gourmet flavoring with salt and sugar. And the fruit has an axile presentation, which means it occurs in multicarpellary syncarpous ovary. Inward growth of margins of carpels forms a multicarpellary condition which contains an axis in the center.
Apple. The apple is an accessory fruit that have pedicel, stem, and exocarp, skin. Apple fruit in cross-section have exocarp, endocarp, seeds, peduncle, loculus, mesocarp, style, and stamen. Apple is a simple and it could be an accessory fruit as well, which is a fleshy type of fruit under palm. The juicy receptacle of a flower is the main edible part of an apple called thalamus. An apple has axial placentation because the ovules are born at, or around the center of a compound ovary, on an axis formed from joined septa.
The papaya has a parietal placentation, which I will explain it later. And these are the parts of the papaya as a whole. It has a stalk at the top and a style at the bottom. It has a very big diameter, and it has a very huge height. And these are the parts of the cross-section of the papaya. It has a peduncle, the skin, the mesocarp, its seeds, the endocarp, the exocarp, and the style at the bottom. The papaya, or by its scientific name, the carica papaya, is also known as the papaw or pawpaw by the foreigners. It is a succulent fruit of a large plant of the family Caricaceae. Though its origin is rather obscure, the papaya may represent the fusion of 2 or more species of the carica native to Mexico and Central America. Today, the fruit is cultivated throughout the tropical world and into the warmest parts of the subtropics, and that includes the Philippines. The papaya fruit is slightly sweet with an agreeable musky tang, which is more pronounced in some varieties and in some climates than in others. Papayas are dioecious, having the male and female reproductive organs in separate individuals. The papaya is a multiple type of fruit, which I mentioned earlier is a type of fruit which develops from the ovaries of many flowers growing in a cluster or that are fused together into a larger fruit. Most of the ovary wall of the papaya, or its pericarp, is soft or fleshy at maturity. But even though the pericarp is fleshy, the skin is tough. The fruit is an indehiscent type of fruit, which is that the pericarp remains intact when the fruit is shed from the plant. The unripe green papaya fruit can be eaten cooked but not raw due to its poisonous latex content, while the ripe fruit of the papaya is usually eaten raw, which includes the mesocarp and the endocarp, without the skin or seeds. The black seeds of the papaya are edible and have a sharp, spicy taste, and the papaya has a parietal placentation, where ovules develop on the wall or slight outgrowths of the wall, forming broken partitions within a compound ovary.
So I conclude in this topic that there are many ways to categorize fruits, such as the basis of their origins, such as simple, aggregate, and multiple. These are the types. It can also be based on their pericarp textures, such as fleshy and dry, which can also be further classified. There are even accessory fruits or false fruits. And lastly, based on the type of presentation they possess. With all this classification, I also learned that fruits are not just made to provide delicious tasting food, but they are purposely created in order to propagate the plant species.
So during the activity, I collected a lot of fruits such as lemon, okra, pomelo, papaya, chili, and calamansi. And then me and my group mates decided to use my papaya and calamansi fruits as subjects for this activity. To summarize them, the papaya and the calamansi fruits are both multiple, fleshy, and indehiscent type of fruits because both fruits develop from the ovaries of many flowers growing in a cluster then fuse together to form a larger fruit. They are fleshy at maturity, and their pericarp remains intact and encloses its seeds, respectively. They both also have edible pericarps but eaten in different ways. And lastly, the papaya has a parietal placentation, while the calamansi fruit has an axial placentation.
I am most interested on apple because apple are top 5 healthiest fruits on earth. As I slice the apple, I can see that the seeds of the apple are very small and it's located at the center. I also noticed that apple have a juicy mesocarps that rich in fatty acids, amino acids, and vitamins. When I ate it, I realized that it really tastes sweet and can also be acidic, but the sugar in the fruit overpowers tartness, resulting in a sweeter eating experience. So I conclude that apple is a flesh type of fruit under pome and it's an accessory fruit.
These are these are the references and this are more. Thank you. So this is another one reference for anyone to see. And thank you for watching. And so far, hopefully you learned something. And as our good friend Elvis would ever say, thank you very much.